In honor of Women's History Month, we're highlighting women in the medical field. The number of female physicians is steadily climbing, but women still account for less than 40% of doctors in the field. Today, I'm joined by Dr. Jaya Kumar, the Chief Medical Officer at Swedish Medical Center. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Kumar. And I mentioned that there are less than 40% of physicians that are women, despite more than half of medical students being female. Why do you think that the profession is still so unbalanced?
Yeah, Tori, historically, the field of medicine has been male-dominated. It took centuries for us to accept women as doctors. Just to give you a little bit of history, informal medical education in America started in 1700s. A formal medical school was established in probably 1765. But the first women medical graduate to graduate from a medical school was not until 1849, and that was Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell. Ever since then, we've seen a gradual and steady climb to a point that, like you said, we have about 36% of physician workforce as women, but there are still a lot of challenges and a lot of work to be done.
Well, doctor, you have a leadership role at the hospital. What are some of the challenges you face as a woman in this position?
So starting out with a medical school, like you said, 50% of medical students are women. But there are challenges ahead when they enter residency programs. There are a few specialties that are considered to be women-friendly, and there are some that are considered to be women-unfriendly. So the proportion of women could be as high as 60% in some specialties and as low as 5% in some specialties. Also, there is women report gender discrimination and gender gap. About 70% of women report that they experience some form of discrimination throughout their career. Sexual harassment is a major one. About 30% of women in medicine experience sexual harassment. And although 36% of women are physicians, only less than 10% are in leadership roles. And again, we as women bear the brunt of household chores despite having a full-time career. So a lot of these factors play a role on why women get burnt out and why they lead to attrition from the physician workforce. And that is what we want to avoid today.
Doctor, how would you say the role of women in medicine has changed during your career?
We have steadily increased in our numbers, but numbers is not enough. I think we need more and more physician women in leadership positions, and also more women to be mentors, to mentor medical students throughout their careers, so they can choose the specialty of their choice and have an equal say in everything that are available to all the physicians.
And well, finally, doctor, how would you encourage more women to pursue a career in medicine?
I think it all depends on your mentor. In our medical schools, if you have a good mentor, you tend to choose that specialty more. So promoting women as mentors and sponsors in the medical field is very important for girls to become doctors.
Absolutely, doctor. And thank you again for talking with us today. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.